welcome back to the Game Changer. Today we're going to be covering breaking news in Chicago, where protests have escalated into full-scale riots across the city. This is a developing situation. Tensions are very high, and what started as a demonstration has turned widespread into unrest, impacting residents, business, and law enforcement. So what sparked the riots? The unrest began after a highly controversial incident involving law enforcement and a local resident that went viral on social media. Within hours, crowds started gathering to protest. While many were peaceful at first, the situation quickly escalated as anger grew. Misinformation spread online and confrontations with police intensified. Now, I just want to make it perfectly clear here that everybody has a right to protest. It's part of the Constitution. But peaceful protesting. I'm going to play you a video here in a little bit of some of the Chicago riots, and what this is turning into is just absolutely asinine. Now, I'm not much of a protester, but if I did protest, I can tell you that if law enforcement told me to get the F out of the way, I'm going to get out of the way. And I wouldn't be physical, I wouldn't be violent, I wouldn't be calling people names, I wouldn't be degrading people, I wouldn't do any of that. I can also say by looking at some of these videos, I question the actions on both sides. So what's happening on the ground now is several areas of Chicago, especially downtown and surrounding neighborhoods, are seeing chaotic scenes. Large crowds in streets, clashes between protesters and police, reports of looting, property damage, fires, vandalism, in multiple locations. Police have formed barricades, deployed SWAT units, and in some areas used tear gas or other crowd control measures. The city has issued emergency alerts urging residents to avoid certain areas, and a curfew might be implemented. So I'm going to pull up this video here, and we're going to kind of go through it together, all right? Back up! You know, like in this situation, I'd hate to be that person in the front, because if the crowd behind you is pushing you forward, you're not gonna have any other option but to go through the barricade that the police have put up. I'm not saying he's right or wrong or whatever. I'm just saying strategically placing yourself, if you're going to be in a protest, is important. I would not be shoulder to shoulder people. I would not be in a place where if there's a crowd of people and they start pushing one direction or another, I'm gonna start being moved, not at will. So it's just things that I see in here. But again, everybody has a right to their own opinion. There's a lot of unrest. It's really quite sad.
Is he being arrested? Yeah. Take him into custody. You're under arrest. Arresting a protester.
Now I didn't see what happened to get that person, why that person's getting taken down, but whatever they did, something they did, apparently, has caused the police officers now to react and go in for the arrest.
Police shoving us with their batons, shoving the press, arresting protesters.
And in these kinds of situations, I feel like that the escalation levels just play off each other. The more the crowd gets escalated, the more the police gets escalated, and it just keeps going and going and going, and before you know it, it's a knockdown, drag out fight. People are getting arrested. People are, going to jail. Fines are being issued. And most importantly, there's quite a bit of physical altercations here. This isn't peaceful protesting on either side. The police aren't protesting; they're trying to enforce the laws so that there is a peaceful protest, apparently. But the protesters themselves, whether it's they're not being peaceful, or in some cases, I think people are getting pushed that are in the front of the line past the barricades, which then the police react. I don't know. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. Yeah, it's crazy. Lots of unrest, lots of physical activity, interactions. Um, it's an unfortunate situation. Authorities have confirmed numerous arrests so far. Some businesses have been heavily looted or destroyed, adding to widespread economic damage. There are reports of injuries to both civilians and law enforcement, though official numbers are still being confirmed. As far as the local officials, including the mayor and police superintendent, they've addressed the public. They're calling for calm and urging people to protest peacefully. Community leaders are expressing frustration, not just about the triggering incident, but about long-standing issues in the city: police accountability, inequality, and a lack of trust between communities and government. Social media is divided. Some support the protest, but condemn the violence. Others argue that years of ignored problems have led to this explosion of anger. The big picture here is this isn't the first time Chicago's been seen unrest. The city has a long history of tension between law enforcement and certain communities. Today, riots highlight deeper issues: systemic injustice, economic hardship, and feeling that voices aren't being heard. So what's going to happen next? The situation's still unfolding. Authorities are weighing additional security measures, including the possibility of National Guard support. Investigations into the original incident are underway, and public pressure is mounting for transparency and accountability. Whether things calm down or escalate will likely depend on leadership, communication, and whether protesters feel their concerns are being taken seriously. This is a tragic and complex moment for Chicago. We'll continue to monitor the situation and bring you updates as it evolves. Thank you for listening to The Game Changer. Stay aware, stay safe, and we'll see you on the next episode.